This episode is sponsored by The Praying Athlete.
My name is Kendall, otherwise known as Briscoe, or Coach Briscoe. I just graduated with my bachelor's in exercise science at the University of North Carolina in Charlotte. It was a great experience. Took me a little bit of time, took me about 5 years to do it, but it's all good. Struggle with the chemistry part. My love for exercise started around COVID time, actually, 2020 quarantine. I told my mother at the time, like, I'm gonna work out from this day on. I was starting with, YouTube videos, how everybody else does. Just following, 10-minute ab routines, push-up routines and whatnot. And then I was like, you know what? It's time for me to, enhance this. Got me a pull-up bar, attached it to the door, started doing pull-ups, hanging leg raises, And from there, my fitness journey just exploded. Got my first gym membership as soon as the quarantine rules kind of dropped. Got my first membership at Planet Fitness, and I was working out with my homie. But we weren't as consistent. We would go in, play around, do a little bit of this, do a little bit of that. I definitely wasn't getting the stimulus that I needed to grow, but when you're a noob in the gym, it doesn't matter what you do. Did that for a little minute. Wasn't really seeing too many results, so I kind of was just in and out of the gym, but I was at least going at least 2 or 3 times a week at minimum, and just became one of those things for me that was a part of my routine. I started getting a little bit more serious when I started watching YouTube videos on how to grow muscle, and I realized that half the stuff I was doing in the gym was terribly wrong. I started out about 140, 150, skinny, super skinny, no muscle. And so I was like, okay, well, what do I do? And the biggest thing was the eating. It was super, super hard to start eating because my appetite was already bad. I had a lot of poor habits outside of the gym, so it made my appetite even worse. Can't really speak too much on that. But I started out with just eating plates of rice, chicken, cheese, black beans, usually what I get from Chipotle. But it was so inconsistent because I would have to cook it every single time I would eat it, so I would, and I don't like cooking, right? So it was just sporadic, but eventually, maybe I was a year on and off of the gym, and eventually I started kind of, picking up a little bit when I met some of my homies from my old job, and they were taking it a little bit more serious than me, so I started working out with them. Was on and off of the gym, unserious in Planet Fitness for about a year, and then Crunch Fitness opened up, and I took my talents to Crunch Fitness, and that's when I really got serious. Start trying to meal prep a little bit more, same meals, but just trying to do it more constantly. From here, I was going into the gym about almost 6 days a week. I was doing the push-pull legs, which was way too much for me at the time. But at the same time, like I said, when you're new to the gym, you grow faster to a stimulus. So, from there, I kind of just picked up. I just kind of picked up, started actually eating better. I started meal prepping way more, 3 meals a day. Started actually training harder, pushing to failure, actually wanting to grow. And I think the biggest thing about it was the legs. Legs were my, weakest point. So I was training those as hard as possible. And I feel like the harder I started training legs, the more everything else started kind of opening up, which was kind of weird, right? But I just kind of, started taking this way more serious because I wanted to see a change. And it took me a minute, it took me a minute to get comfortable with the gym and comfortable with what I was doing. And I just started picking up, real fast. A lot of people ask me like, why did you and when did you start recording? Well, I always had a love for, film. And what I was doing was I was using the cameras I was using for my brand, Uncensored. If you didn't know, that's my streetwear brand based on faith. So I would make little short films with my camera for the brand and promo. And one day I said, you know what? Let me start recording myself in the gym. I was watching some Ronnie Coleman videos, Jay Cutler, really look up to them. And I was like, let me just go ahead and start recording in the gym myself. So started recording in the gym. It was really nerve-wracking at first, but I had my homie recording for me, so it was a little bit easier. I was doing that for a little minute and finally posted my first videos, and they were already clicking, right? So then from there, this is where I'm, really, really serious into the gym, and now I'm making it an obligation to go because I got to get some video in, right? So everything just started going good from there until my homie decided that he couldn't be at that gym anymore, so I was kind of just stuck. Stuck having to figure out what I was going to do. I stopped recording for like a good week or so and quickly realized like I can't stop. I gotta prove to myself I can do this. So I picked up a tripod and started setting it up in the gym. One of the most nerve-wracking things ever because, most people don't like being in the gym next to tripods and shit, but I just seen the vision early and I knew what I wanted and I loved the videos I was making, so I just didn't care anymore. And through time, I just started establishing this mindset that this didn't matter. Plus my physique started just growing crazy. So I was checking out, it wasn't like I was just one of those people in the gym recording for no reason, right? I need it. Squeeze. I had a reason to record. I was showing people what I was doing. I was learning techniques, asking people all these different things. I think the biggest thing for me throughout my little story of how I got into fitness was faith, I think faith is a big thing that a lot of people miss in their life and don't realize what it is. Faith is more than just saying you're going to do something and just planning your future or whatnot. Faith is really, really knowing that you're going to receive what you ask for. Faith is eliminating the doubts in your mind that keep you from achieving your goals, right? I think a lot of people don't really understand truly that faith takes more than just prayer. It takes action, right? You really have to take action. And that action might look like things not going your way. That action might look scary. That action might look terrible in the moment, but that's the point. You keep going because you have that faith. You have that faith that many people don't have. You have that determination that many people can't understand. Another big thing is I don't really reveal too many of my plans and goals in life because humans can't comprehend the visions that God has sent you. It's only between you and God. So I try to keep most of my goals and visions between me and God. That allows me to just completely lock in and focus and keep all the noise out. I've seen it multiple times. I've experienced a lot of hate, a lot of doubt, even from family, right? You know, you tell them your plans, you tell them, hey, check this video out, and they always have something to say about it. But, don't get mad at them. That's another thing. Don't get mad at them. Don't establish this complex that everybody hates you in the world. They're just humans. They don't understand your vision. They don't respect the things that you respect because they respect their own thing. They don't see the things you see because they have their own vision, right? So just focus on you. Stay off of the scene, especially when you're building. When you have wins throughout the process of you building, I'd say celebrate them alone. Learn to celebrate your wins alone. Because if you're always looking for people to celebrate your wins with, you're going to be disappointed because a lot of people don't want to see you win, right? So just make sure you celebrate your wins alone. Learn how to celebrate your wins alone. Learn how to compliment yourself. Just be proud of yourself and just keep going. Just be proud of yourself and keep going. I think a lot of people are always waiting for that worldly validation, the likes, the follows, and everything. But none of that shit really matters when what you do pleases you. You want to please you and you want to please God while you're doing it, right? So those are just a few things that have shaped my life and shaped the man I am today in terms of just everything that I've accomplished, with Uncensored, Briscoe Lifts, my production company, and everything of such. It's just been a blessing, right? So just continue to grind and grow, spread knowledge and wisdom. I ask God every day for more knowledge and more wisdom. I ask Him for guidance. I ask Him to keep me safe, and of course, just allow me to serve. That's the biggest thing. You want everything for yourself. You want these wins. You want to get rich. You want to get wealthy. But at the end of the day, we were put on this earth to serve. So if you're not showing love to others, if you're not teaching somebody something that if you're not listening to others when they're just talking about their problems or whatnot, those are things that you're missing. That's the wealth that you're missing from life. You know what I'm saying? You really want to be able to differentiate monetary wealth from spiritual wealth, because when you really have spiritual wealth, you really have everything. So those are the things that I try to preach to the people younger than me, the people around me, my peers. And I think this is one of those important things that a lot of people miss. Learn so many things and learn all the knowledge and wisdom that I have so far, and I'm going to continue to stay humble and receive the information that God puts in my hand and the opportunities that He places in my lap, because that's just what I believe I'm truly meant to do, right? It's beautiful though. Life is beautiful. I'm just so very appreciative of the Lord and everything He's done for me. I wouldn't have been able to do anything without Him. I give all glory to Him. I wouldn't have been able to go to the gym without Him, make these videos, be able to even talk to y'all. He's blessed me with everything that I need. And I'm just overly thankful. And yeah.